Hi there, this is Jen, and I'm excited to be here with you today to reveal the Not Too Shabby Shop's box of the month for the month of June. It is a fabulous box, and along with the box, there is a giveaway. I will talk a little bit more about that during the video. So here is a quick overview of what is in the box. That first item was a little packet of confetti from a new company called This Calls for Confetti. So it's a confetti mix, and then there is a pack of ephemera, and all of the kind of the theme of the box is sunflowers and honey. So really pretty yellows and blues and honey bears and super cute adorable stamp sets. So you get the confetti, you get a pack of ephemera, and 3 stamp sets which are called Be Happy. There's one that's called Honeybee Kisses, and then the next one is called Just Because. And you get 2 paper packs, 6x6. There are 24 double-sided sheets, 12 designs, basically double-sided. And so lots in this box. The theme is absolutely perfect and beautiful. I love these papers. I wanted to mention real quick, this is a hashtag hop. So if you click on the hashtag in my description or in the search engine or in the title, you will be taken to all of the videos in the hop. And so I'm going to jump right in. I've created 3 cards for this video using the pattern paper and the ephemera. And so for this first card, I grabbed these 2 really beautiful pieces of paper. The smaller piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and the bigger piece is 4 1/4 by 5.5. And then I'm taking a white piece of cardstock and a hexagon die from my stash, and I've gone ahead and cut that out. And then I have, I think this is the only honeycomb die that I have. I went ahead and used that to cut out a portion of that to get that honeycomb look. And then I'm going to color that with some distress oxides. And I started out with mustard seed and then a scattered straw. And then the darkest color that I came back in with, or a darker color, is wild honey. If you want more of kind of a red yellow, you can use aged mahogany, which looks really pretty. But for this, the last color that I used was wild honey, and I just used that to darken up around the edges a little bit. And then on both the pattern paper and that honeycomb piece, I went ahead and splattered that with water and then added some embossing powder. So I'm using gold embossing powder. The embossing powder will stick to the water that is on the surface, and when you go ahead and melt that, it will melt just like if you use some embossing ink. So it's a really cool, fun technique just to add a little bit of splatter. And again, I did that on both the that piece of pattern paper and the honeycomb. And then I added a little bit of foam to the back of this honeycomb to pop it up and away from the pattern paper. I think that looks really cool when it's popped up and you can see through those honeycomb to the pattern below it. And then for the ephemera, I went ahead and I took my colored pencils just to add a little bit of extra detail. This is a really easy way to add a little bit more detail or dimension to your ephemera pieces, is to use colored pencils. So I just added a little bit over the flowers and the leaves and that vase. And I went ahead and adhered the vase to the card panel, and then I'm taking a sentiment piece of ephemera and I'm just cutting out around that white border to take that white border off. And then I'm taking a piece of raffia, I think is what it's called, and wrapping that around the card and adhering that to the back of the card with some Scotch tape. And then I'll add that sentiment, and I did also add some of the This Calls for Confetti mix as embellishments on the card, and that's going to finish off this first card. And to let you know a little bit about the giveaway, it is a $25 gift certificate to the Not Too Shabby shop. The giveaway is from now until June 7th, and the winner will be announced on June 8th on the Not Too Shabby shop channel. And here I'm just showing some of the papers I'm going to be using for my next card. And I wanted to just mention that there are any of the papers that are in the pack that are printed with toner, so black toner is going to be foilable. So I did foil the one honeycomb piece of pattern paper. And then I took a hexagon die from my stash and I cut out a lot of that pattern paper using that die, and I just went ahead and I placed it on my card panel how I wanted the outside border to be, and I'm using a piece of press and seal to go ahead and pull up that, or have the layout that I want stuck to that, which makes it a lot easier to keep everything how you want it. And then you just add your adhesive and then stick that back down onto your card panel, and it's like magic. And then I will take some of the other honeycomb pieces of pattern paper that I cut out and fill in that space in the middle. And then more on the giveaway. To enter the giveaway, you just need to click on the Rafflecopter link that is listed below in the description. And then also please visit all of the participants in the hop today and see all of the wonderful inspiration that the design team has come up with for this box. And to finish off this card, I grabbed a few pieces of the ephemera from that ephemera pack and adhered those pieces. I also grabbed a sentiment from one of the stamp sets that says buzzing by to say hi. And then to finish off this card, I am adding several of the pieces again of this calls for confetti mix. And really pretty. I love this pattern paper, so I used a lot of it on this card, and I really love all of the pattern papers all on one card. And then this is probably my favorite. I made a little shaker card, and so I am using this really pretty sunflower paper along with it's kind of a tan honeycomb, but I would say it's kind of a tan gold honeycomb. It's not shiny, but I thought it matched perfectly with the sunflower paper. And so what I'm going to do is I've cut both pieces down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I'm going to take the sunflower paper, and I'm using this border die from my stash, and I'm going to go ahead and use that on both sides of that pattern paper. And then I'm going to adhere the honeycomb piece of pattern paper to my white card panel. And then for the sunflower piece, that is where I'm going to create the shaker. And I have these little shaker domes. I think they're from jelly bean soup. I think that's how you say that. And so I just found a matching circle die from my stash that fit over that shaker piece so that I could cut out the hole in the right size, and then I will adhere that piece to that honeycomb pattern. And the shaker piece sits right on top. It has a piece of adhesive around the circle, so it sits right on top of the card. A super easy and convenient way to make shaker cards. And this dome piece happens to be from jelly bean soup. I will see if I can find any others out there. I'm sure other places make them, but they really are super convenient way to make a quick shaker card. And then to finish up around that circle, I just went in my stash of dies and found a more decorative die that fit over that circle so that I could add a kind of a finishing piece around there so it wasn't plain. And the paper I used for that was that same honeycomb piece of paper. And then since this is a pretty detailed die, I went ahead and I grabbed my artist tack, which is basically like little micro dots of glue. And so you just grab your piece and place it between with the sticky side facing, of course, the side that you're going to adhere, and then kind of burnish it. And then voila, there are stickiness on that side, so you don't have to mess with putting a bunch of little glue around it, and it just works really perfectly. And then I added a sentiment strip from a Tim Holtz packet and some brown twine tied in a bow, and that's going to finish off this card and my cards for today. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to go ahead and click on the hashtag to find all of the videos in the hop today, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it or find it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, I much appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with me today, and I hope to catch you next time. Thanks so much.